Coming to you today from the Lighter Side Lounge, we will be updating you on the latest news stories in the world of professional wrestling. We have the news you need to know about, including the current plans for WrestleMania weekend, an update on Stephanie Vaquer's historic title reign, and the current lineup and potential surprises for this weekend's AEW Dynasty.
According to PW Insider, the current plan for WrestleMania seems to have the Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins, and CM Punk triple threat main eventing night 1, and John Cena versus Cody Rhodes main eventing night 2. It has not been specified what nights any of the other announced matches will take place on Saturday, April 19th or Sunday, April 20th. It is interesting to note that neither of the Royal Rumble winners or Bianca Belair, who won the Women's Elimination Chamber match, will be main eventing either night of WrestleMania. Additionally, Fightful Select has reported that talent has given negative feedback to the early start time for this year's NXT Stand and Deliver. Due to the event taking place in Las Vegas, the event currently has a start time of 9:30 a.m. Pacific Daylight Time on WrestleMania Saturday. Summer, what do you think about the current WrestleMania weekend plans? And is there anything specific that you're hoping to see?
Honestly, I think it has the potential to be very good so far. I think John Cena, Cody Rhodes, it's stalled out a little in my opinion, but I think that they have the potential to rein it in still and give some really good details that'll make it a match and story that's really full and rounded and fun to watch. The Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins, CM Punk triple threat being the main event of night 1 confuses me a little bit, to be honest. I think that Tiffany Stratton and Charlotte Flair could have had that night in main event, and it would have been amazing, in my opinion. But if I had to guess, based on how things are looking right now, they'll probably open the show. They'll probably open WrestleMania. I think that'll be a great match. Honestly, I'm really looking forward to that one. Tiffany Stratton is she's amazing, in my opinion. Her gymnastics and everything that she does is it's very fun to watch. And Charlotte Flair's a legend, so I mean,
doesn't get much better than that.
Yeah, that match is going to be really good, I think, and definitely one to watch. So far, there's 7 matches announced for WrestleMania, and there's only 2 women's matches, so I'm a little interested to see, well, not even a little, I'm very interested to see what other women are going to get to be on the showcase of the Immortals. I think that'll be interesting to see. I hope that they have some good stuff planned. I think they probably do. Stand and Deliver is an interesting one, I think. The early start time might be a little tricky, I think, also for crowd engagement, but I guess if you're going to WrestleMania weekend, you're going to be hyped no matter what time
there,
it's
right?
at. Yeah. In terms of matches there, honestly, Stephanie Vaquer, really excited to see her in action. I think that whoever she chooses to be her opponent that'll make it a very good match. We have an update on her title reign a little bit later that Mom doesn't know about yet, so stay tuned for her reaction.
Oh boy.
That'll make it an interesting one, I think. But honestly, my big wish is to see Joe Hendry be part of it in some capacity, but I don't know if that'll happen. That's all I've got, though. I don't know. I'm excited. I think it'll be good. I hope it'll be good. But yeah, honestly, I'm just hoping for some more storytelling. Up next is an update on Stephanie Vaquer, who made history at NXT Roadblock on March 11th, 2025. Vaquer became the first woman to ever hold 2 NXT titles simultaneously. On the March 25th edition of NXT, Vaquer first defended her NXT Women's Championship against Jada Parker and her NXT Women's North American Championship against Fallon Henley later in the night. With these victories, Vaquer reached another history-making milestone, becoming the first WWE superstar to successfully defend both of her titles in one night. During last night's installment of NXT, however, Vaquer and NXT General Manager Ava announced that Vaquer will be vacating the NXT Women's North American Championship.
Wow. Why?
Well, they both agreed defending both belts will cause too much strain on the now former double champion.
Wow.
A new NXT Women's North American Championship will be determined by a 6-woman ladder match at Stand and Deliver on April 19th, WrestleMania Saturday. And the qualifying matches for that ladder match actually started last night.
Last night?
Yes, on NXT, with Zarya and Kalani Jordan being having both qualified already for the match by defeating Lash Legend and Roxanne Perez.
No kidding.
Thoughts?
Roxanne Perez is out
in the first round.
Wow.
Which I guess there's only one round, but for her to be out
That's crazy.
of the qualifying in the second match of qualifying as a whole,
wow,
I think is crazy. With the push that she was getting to be, she was on the main,
right.
She was bouncing around Raw and SmackDown for a little bit.
Sure.
It's crazy stuff in my opinion for her to be out already, but
definitely.
Mom, what do you think about Vaquer, who made history?
Wow.
She's now having to give up her belt instead of losing it.
I missed that. That is shocking.
Isn't that crazy?
Yes.
I think it's wild. I think they had so much potential to give her a story where she loses one of the belts instead of just taking it off of her.
Pretty boring this way. Right?
It definitely...
Anticlimactic.
I guess it leaves room for a stand and deliver match. That's sure to be amazing. But I don't see why you couldn't still have that match, but also have Vaquer as the double champ. Or have the winner of that get a shot for the title at a later NXT, either weekly show or event. I don't know. I think it's interesting either way. But stand and deliver, I think, is going to be very good. I hope. The ladder match is bound to be amazing.
Right.
WWE ladder matches normally are, especially I feel like the NXT ones where you know they're going out there to fight for a shot on either Raw or SmackDown, and they give it their all every single week. That's why I love NXT. I think it's such a great show. And normally there's better stories, I feel like. Normally there's like cohesive stories. So I'm a little disappointed, but I don't know. I guess it'll be interesting.
Finally, let's talk about the lineup for AEW Dynasty coming up this Sunday, April 6th in Philadelphia, PA. According to Wrestling Observer Newsletter, the matches confirmed for the card are Jon Moxley versus Swerve Strickland for the AEW World Championship, Toni Storm versus Megan Bayne for the AEW Women's Championship, Kenny Omega versus Ricochet versus Speedball Mike Bailey for the International Championship, Claudio Castagnoli, Pac and Wheeler Yuta versus Cope and FTR for the World Trios Championship, Daniel Garcia versus Adam Cole for the TNT Championship, and Chris Jericho with the ROH title versus Bandito with the title and Bandito's mask on the line. Additionally, a match between the team of Bobby Lashley and Shelton Benjamin versus Big Bill and Brian Keith has not been officially announced on AEW programs. But according to Dave Meltzer, the match has been confirmed by his sources as the current plan. Originally, there were plans in place for the Hurt Syndicate to face the Murder Machines, Brian Cage and Lance Archer. This change came after Brian Cage sustained a knee injury while wrestling for an independent promotion on March 20th. Summer, what are your thoughts on the current plan, and do you expect to see any surprises on Sunday?
I do expect to see some surprises. I think that there's some room in the current plan for some surprise entrances and for some returns. I have a feeling that while Saraya, formerly Paige in her time in WWE, while she has come out and said that she is no longer part of AEW, she is still listed on AEW's website as of at least a few minutes ago. Maybe they changed it since in the last 20 minutes, but I don't know. Should be interesting. So I think there's potential for her to come out. I think for sure. It's in Pennsylvania, as you said.
Right.
Britt Baker?
Ooh.
I mean, she's from Pittsburgh, not Philadelphia.
Not too far.
I could see her making a return. I think it's been a while for her, and supposedly, according to some sources, she's in good standing with AEW, with the company. So if she has creative plans, I think that would be really interesting. I'm excited to see Speedball Mike Bailey We saw him live in TNA
Right.
during one of the events that we went to, and he's just really fun to watch. So I'm excited to see that match. I think that'll be a really good one. Toni Storm and Megan Bayne. I'm interested to see how that plays out. But I do wish Mercedes Moné had a match. She could be a really good addition to the card, I think. Mariah May could be a very good addition. Maybe I'm biased, but Harley Cameron. I love her character. I think she's so fun to watch. So I think not having any of them on the pay-per-view up to this point could prove to be a little interesting. So I hope to see some of them thrown in. There's still tomorrow's, or I guess tonight's, AEW show, AEW Dynamite. So I think it'll be interesting to see what's on that. And yeah, I think it'll be a good pay-per-view. They normally are outstanding with pay-per-views. They normally bring it every single time, AEW. They're always normally really good. So I'm excited to watch. I think it'll be interesting.
Awesome. Thank you.
That's all I've got.
That's all we have for you today, everyone.
Please remember to hit that like and subscribe button. And please drop a comment. Let us know your thoughts on any of the stories that we shared with you today. What your thoughts are on the current WrestleMania lineup. Who you're hoping to see. What do you think about Stand and Deliver? AEW Dynasty coming up this weekend. What do you think about that? Who do you hope to see? Stephanie Vaquer relinquishing her belt. How do you feel? Let us know. And please follow us on our journey. I'm a freshman in college. I'm in my first journalism class this semester. I'm about halfway through. So this podcast is
an evolution.
Yeah. My mom here is a journalist, a full-blown journalist.
Yes.
And I'm following in her footsteps. And this is the evolution of my journey from the time that you're seeing this video, where it's our first news video that's going to be up on the channel, and where we end up in the years to come when I finish my degree. So it'll be interesting. Please stick around if you enjoyed. And remember, we are going to be updating you on the latest in professional wrestling and other stuff. We're going to be covering other stuff, but
yes, we are.
We love wrestling. I love wrestling. And I think it'll be fun. So if you think it'll be fun too, please remember to hit that like and subscribe button and hit the notification bell so you get notified every time we post a new video.
Yes. Thank you for joining us today. And remember to always stay on the lighter side.